Yes, you are. You give yourself some happy stuff on that. It is great to be here. Thank you, Terry Rizzo. Thank you, Palm Beach DEC leaders. Thank you, all of the elected officials in this room for your service to the people of Palm Beach and the people of Florida. So many times, I live in North Florida. You might have heard that in my accent. I live in North Florida, and so many times we don't have people who can speak to the issues that I as a Democrat care about. And so it does fall on our legislative leaders from the southern part of the state to speak out sometimes for the rest of us. So thank you for doing that. And Representative Patrick was so good about mentioning our House members. I also wanted to say thank you to Senator Sachs, who's here tonight. I saw her somewhere. Thank you. I am happy to report to you that over the last 8 months, since I've been elected chair of this organization, we are building, we haven't stopped, we are moving forward with aggressiveness. We are here and we are moving this party in the right direction. I am very, very pleased to tell you we are on course to build on the historic gains of 2012, and we're going to do this together. The Florida Democratic Party has opened offices outside of Tallahassee for the first time. We have offices in Miami and we have offices in Orlando, and we are building our infrastructure out. I promise you that. We have hired 2 Hispanic outreach coordinators. We have a constituency outreach leader to work in the African American and the faith communities. We also have our really amazing data director that we hired away from the Obama campaign to work in Florida. She's doing amazing work. We get monthly reports on our voter registration. Our numbers are up and we are not stopping. We've also hired a research director for the first time, and we have strengthened our communications department. We have established, additionally, the largest fundraising team we've ever had. We have got staff in South Florida and in North Florida, and we have an overall director for fundraising, and we are doing amazing work all over the state. We are doing, to build on and support you all, we are working with regional donors as well as through our state convention and as well as through our JJ. I've been on the road meeting with all of you, and I am so honored and privileged and pleased to be part of this family. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right now we have a special election, House District 36. I need you to stop what you're doing and get on the phone. We've got virtual phone banking. We've got DECs all over the state who are engaged. House District 36, the Democrat in that race is Amanda Murphy. She's a wonderful candidate for the House, and we are going to take that seat. So, thank you. If you've got $10 to spare, $100 to spare, $50 to spare, or more, up to $500, thank you, the legal limit, we will take that and put it to good use. We are putting her up on TV. We've got an amazing Get Out the Vote effort. Early vote starts next Saturday, and so the polls is next Sunday. I'm going to be in Pasco County, and I encourage all of you to join me there to walk for her. Now, we know that the biggest focus of this next year is going to be the defeat of Rick Scott. Rick Scott saw us give a thumping, well-deserved, to the Republicans in the last election, and now he's trying to hide his real agenda. The Rick Scott of 2013 is actually running against the Rick Scott of 2010. But what he's really doing is running scared. He's promised to spend over $100 million in negative ads to create the biggest Etch-a-Sketch ever to help Floridians forget who he really is and what he stands for, and we are not going to let that happen. About the horrible summer that the Florida Democratic Party gave Rick Scott. His administration is mired in scandal. He's been on the defense all summer, trying to explain massive cuts to education and big hikes to college and university tuition. He's now poised to give away $500 million of your tax dollars to wealthy donors and corporations. He started off the summer vetoing a bill which would have allowed dreamers to get a driver's license so that those dreamers could then go to work and then contribute to our economy, and then go to college or school. The Florida Democratic Party worked hand in hand with Hispanic leaders all over the state to organize protests in at least 5 cities. We can start with Rick Scott's officers in government and the thumping we gave them. First of all, he did lose his lieutenant governor. You guys were right. That was back in, was it March? He still hasn't replaced the lieutenant governor. We actively took down Tony Bennett. You will remember he was the Department of Education's commissioner. He's the one that fixed the school grading system for a corporate donor in Indiana. He was an elected official. He was run out of town in Indiana, and our governor hired him. That's one of the first things we did this summer. We also worked on the David Wilkins resignation. David Wilkins was head of the Department of Children and Family Services, where one tragedy after the other for disabled, abused, abandoned, neglected children are in the care of our state, and we lost one after the other, including one just reported in today's news. That's unconscionable. We also lost the elder affairs advocate. It's clear that Rick Scott is running Florida just the way he ran his hospital company, into the ground and without any concern or commitment to the people he was there to serve. We're not going to let the voters of Florida forget that. The governor's priorities could not be more tone deaf or more misguided. Let us remind ourselves that one of the first acts he did as governor was to sign a $1.3 billion cut to education. In a Tea Party rally, right after, with the presentation of his first budget, he fought tooth and nail on our health care front. He's put $5 million of his own money into fighting access to affordable health care for Floridians, while our Florida Republican legislators put in the budget money that would allow them to have subsidized health insurance to the tune of $8.34 a month. But he doesn't want they don't want anybody else to have it. Now he's proposing, as we talked, a $500 million tax giveaway to special interests, leaving our schools without a shred of investment, leaving our elders without a shred of investment, leaving our very vulnerable children without any more infrastructure. That's not the way you govern. When you have an increase in the economy, you don't give it away. You invest in the infrastructure of our state. In tough times, and Rick Scott's making the wrong choice. The polls consistently show that Rick Scott is vulnerable. He's unpopular. He's not trustworthy. He's one of the most unpopular governors in the country. Florida Democrats, all of us in this room are going to unite together to make sure that the voters of Florida don't forget that. Make no mistake. We are ready for this fight. We've been gearing up for this fight. We haven't waited to start working on this fight. We are ready for this fight. We are going to make Rick Scott a one-term governor, and we are going to turn the keys of the governor's mansion over to Democratic hands, and we are going to do this together.
Allison has done a remarkable job in the 8 months since she's been elected. The state JJ dinner was a record, raised a record amount of money, and they've been working harder than dogs to get this party up and running and in time to take on Rick Scott for next year. So thank you, Allison, for all you have done and all that we will be doing together moving forward. Thank you very, very much. Now it's a fun time because every year Palm Beach County Democratic Party honors several special Democrats. Actually, we could honor everybody in the room, but we're selecting 3 or 4 tonight that we're going to honor for particular reasons. The first award was established by Palm Beach County Democratic Party in honor of the amazing and unforgettable Rusty Gordon, who was a pioneer in working for equal rights for all. Many of you know her. She was an especially passionate advocate for women and for the LGBTA group community. To present the annual Rusty Gordon Award, which Palm Beach County Democratic Party awards, for the protection of personal freedom, I'd like to call up Kevin Muth, who was the recipient last year of the Rusty Gordon Award, and is the president president of our Rusty Gordon GLBT caucus. Kevin, if you'll come up, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to just take a couple of minutes to say this is a wonderful group to be a part of, and the Palm Beach County Democratic Party has embraced the LGBT community with open arms and have supported us from the very beginning, including Representative Mark Packard, who in the beginning we needed a vice president, and he came forward and became part of our board, and we appreciate that with whole heart. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to present this year's Rusty Gordon Award to a very dear friend of mine, Debbie Frazier.
The award reads, the Palm Beach County Democratic Party 2013 Rusty Gordon Award to Deborah L. Frazier for the promotion of personal freedom and equal rights for all, September 28, 2013.
This is a very big honor for me to get an award named after a woman who blazed a path that she did not need a leader. She was the leader, and she made it so wide for all of us that we walk down that path every day. I am very proud to get this award, and that she still keeps it lit every day for all of us. I would also like to thank my daughter, Heather Jo Frazier, for being here. I love you. For my pastor, Reverend Dr. Leah Brown, for being here. For my partner, Deidre Newton, for being here. But I also would like to thank the Mark Paffords, the Susan Bookers, the Allie Biggs, the Maria Coles, the Tony Rosenbergs, and all of you. If it were not for all of you, none of us would be standing up here. Until we learn to stand shoulder to shoulder and go and fight for a child that we have never met against 10,000 and not worry about losing the fight, and be able to sit at the table of our enemies and be able to feel that our loyalty is more important than popularity. That's when we will all be able to walk in freedom and equality. Thank you very much.
Well-deserved award. Thank you very much. The second award is a Chair's Special Recognition Award for outstanding service and contributions to the community and to the Palm Beach County Democratic Party. I would like to call up Commissioner Bert Aronson, last year's recipient of this award, to present this year's 2000 Special Recognition Award from the Palm Beach County Democratic Party. Commissioner Aronson.